All right, so you remember how we were talking about industry plants and shills and the way the industry has gone? The reason I talk about it is not because I actually care about Grace Van Dien or FaZe or anything like that. Look, I'm a pushing 30-year-old boomer on the internet, and I'm in no position to give my opinion on some millionaire COD player with a FaZe diamond chain and an actress from Stranger Things. But what I can say is I've been in the air quotes industry, and I've played games from the days of literally playing Pong on an old style console to finally getting online, to having broadband, to having dial-up broadband, to having fiber, to having things like this that people take for granted. These little headphones, they still amaze me. I'm like, wait, the Bluetooth doesn't disconnect. But one of the most annoying things about this whole situation is it just kind of emphasizes where we've gone from to where we're headed. She's recently joined FaZe, and she's got a load of stick for basically, hey, why the hell are you in FaZe? You have nothing to do with FaZe. This is another PR move. This is another move to get yourselves stocks, get yourself in the news, maybe squash some old news. Like Lukey says, most Nepo babies believe they've worked hard for their opportunities. It'd be better hiring somebody like Dano CD, who is incredible at PUBG, right? Actually makes content every single day, streams every day, works really hard, has sponsorships, or hiring another female gamer that you have connections with, and then at least the on-screen like identity and relationship is fun to watch, and it feels natural. That's what FaZe Rain was saying. He was like, listen, they're hiring a load of people that we have no chemistry with just because they're famous to try and get a quick buck out of, when that's not what FaZe is built on. There is no reason for her to be in FaZe, and she's trying to claim that she's joined to stop sexism when she's in many ways contributing to it. She is getting a job that she's not qualified for because of her gender. Is that not the thing she's trying to stop? So yeah, maybe if FaZe want to make more smart business decisions, there are loads of female gamers out there that are actually shit hot at games. Hire them instead. How does this relate to my channel? Well, I mean, look at Diablo. I have people that I know in real life that are currently opening boxes right now, and they're shilling Diablo 4, having never played an ARPG in their life. And if you actually look critically, which is what I do on my channel at Video Games, you will know that Diablo 4 looks like Diablo 3.5. And it's 10 years. It's been a sequel. It's taken 10 years to get to this point, and it's the same. Plus green arrow up equals good gear, red arrow bad gear. You check the industry plants on Twitter, and they'll have you believing that this is the greatest ARPG ever made, and this is the greatest game ever made. The same people will have you thinking that Harry Potter was the greatest game ever made. Where are they now? They're not playing Harry Potter. They were playing Splitgate. They'll tell you that Splitgate was the greatest game ever. They're not playing Splitgate anymore. Halo Infinite was the greatest thing ever. They're not playing Halo. You've got to listen to the honest people. I'm not always right, but I honestly give my opinion. I'm not shilled up. It's rare. How does this relate to Grace? So this relates to Grace because she's now pulled herself out of FaZe because she's got upset. And apparently, if you say that she's got upset and that she's locked to tweets, people will come at you and they will say the following things. Watch the entire video for Sexism 101. She admits she went too far and explains. I muted this woman because she's a fucking idiot, mate. But these buzzwords that everybody comes up with, you know, everything now has to have a label and a buzzword, when a lot of the time it's just facts are facts and people are just talking shit, and it doesn't go further than that, but they want to make it into something. Got in a bit of a slanging match back and forth, and she happened to mention the fact that, hey, the only reason I know of you is you tried to overdose. So imagine the roles were reversed. Imagine they're having an argument about video games in the industry, and for some reason FaZe Rain pulled up the card of, hey Grace, remember when you tried to overdose and take your own life? That's what I remember you from. All the Twitter vultures would come out and be like, oh my god, what a sexist pig, he wouldn't say this to a man because he knew he'd get punched and blah blah blah, how dare he bring something so unrelated into it. But if she does it, it's all, oh, go power, well done sis, clap emoji.
I'm fucking hurt, I almost died.
So what he goes on to say is, If I wanted to be emotional and I wanted to play the victim card, here's how I would play it.
I'm fucking hurt. I almost died. And I called you mid and you responded something that almost took my life, that almost left my mom without a son and support. See, I can play that fucking game all day. I'm an actor too, bitch. Fuck that game. I don't give a fuck. And it's like, how could you let other people hurt your feelings? Do you not believe in yourself? Are you not a confident woman? You should be.
And about how, oh, it hurt my feelings. Oh, it almost took it away from me. Almost took my son away from me. Bitch, you almost took your mom's son away from your son.
Being facetious and saying if I was to play the victim, we all can be idiots like that. And obviously Asmongold's just fallen for it, and all of his cronies have obviously taken the bait and upvoted him because it's Asmongold. That's how the internet works. Once you're popular, people just agree with your takes regardless. Asmongold is calling FaZe Rain a dickhead. I want to know what makes FaZe Rain a dickhead in this specific instance. Forget everything else. We're talking about this specific instance. He believes the clan that he used to own is now hiring people for other reasons rather than gaming skill and their ability to create content. Is he wrong? No. Can't believe you pulled the fact that I tried to overdose. That was so uncalled for. She said, I apologize. I went too far. She knew what she was doing. Anyway, the point is, he goes on to say, I could go and act like the victim now. She goes and gets emotional, which he calls out. What is he meant to do? Not call out the fact she's getting emotional? Oh, do we just live in a fantasy land where we're not allowed to call out things that we see? Look, Diablo 4 looks like Diablo 3. Facts, right? Are we not allowed to say that? Does that get offended? Oh, if she's been emotional, is he not allowed to say she's been emotional? Or does that label him as something? Is that a label that gets placed on him?
You've accomplished great things. You should feel confident in yourself.
Am I
Fuck
not
all that.
confident, woman? You don't know me.
So then how's this hurting your feelings?
I don't owe you an explanation, actually.
And I owe you an explanation.
Macho, tell Vera that I'm not doing this video, and if they release anything, that I'm leaving FaZe.
Bro, is that not the most embarrassing shit ever? Grace obviously felt backed into a corner, right? Because she realized, shit, like, you're right, I am insecure about the fact how I got into FaZe, because clearly I didn't actually deserve to get into it. And when called out, she just fucking cried and walked off, and then said, if this video gets posted, I'm leaving. Like, even that shows like the level of nepotism and clout she thinks she has. She's saying, if you do anything to release this or mess me up, I will leave FaZe. Who cares if you leave FaZe? You're a gold level Valorant player. You're not going to solve sexism.
Macho, tell Vera that I'm not doing this video, and
this all started because she said get fucking wrecked. So obviously, if you tell a member of a clan get fucking wrecked, you know what's going to happen, bro. Goes on to say, like, yeah, I've never played COD. You know, is that a big deal? And he's like, well, no, but it just lends credence to the fact that this is obviously, there's some other reason why you were hired and it wasn't your gaming skill or your ability. And unbelievably in this video, Grace will go on to say, well, actually, I am in the industry. I do make content. I do produce media. And that's like me saying it. Now, when I say I've been in the industry, I'm tongue in cheek, right? Because I'm a dead channel nobody. Yes, I've watched the industry from a distance. I've not been in the industry. But these people genuinely believe that because she makes a few videos that get no views, I've got more subscribers and more views than she's got. But because she has made some videos, that she deserves to be in FaZe. And that's what he goes on to say. He goes on to say, well, a load of people make videos and make content. They're not in FaZe, so there must have been some other reason. Then what she does here is she goes up and says that FaZe is basically this disgusting clan, it's misogynistic, it's sexist, and she pulls up a tweet from 2013 and basically tries to cancel him. And to me, that's where we're going now, isn't it? That is where we're going. We're pulling up tweets from 2012, 2013, trying to cancel people because the truth hurts. There's no reason to mention that tweet. Who cares what he tweeted in 2013? We're focusing on the specific argument here between them of he believes FaZe is hiring people to be PR plants, and he believes Grace is one of them, and she is arguing the fact that actually no, I deserve to be in FaZe because I create content, despite literally being a gold level Valorant player that is getting emotional when called out and makes content in the same way that I make content, aka barely anybody fucking watches, right? It doesn't mean you deserve to be in FaZe just because you do things that FaZe wants. It's about figures, it's about reputation and all of that. And they're trying to spin it like FaZe Rain is having is having a big bloody go at women in gaming. He's not. He's trying to say that fucking this is not a good business plan.
On the flank and FIFA, we make $0. Zero.
I think these two are a bit younger than me. They're a couple of years younger. These guys were probably 12, 13. Bro, people said shit during that period of time that is just not real. Like, it wasn't actual. When people were beefing on the internet, it was basically because the internet was a new phenomenon and we could talk to each other, and it was just slinging shit for slinging shit's sake, and that's where it stopped. Like, you could go into a random lobby and they could be calling me a fucking fat ugly British guy, and I could be calling them, oh, you're a fucking American, this and that, right? Doing the bad accents, right? We could be having the biggest argument of all time, but then when the match ended, you never ever thought about that person ever again. They didn't get butthurt, I didn't get butthurt, and you just moved on. But this shows the mentality of like, hey, I'm going to dig up some tweets from 2012, try and cancel this guy over it. Like, look, these are just internet arguments and people take this shit way too seriously. I am just tired of the way the industry is it really has become just incredible levels of fakeness and just general shilling that is unbelievable. We'll jump back to Rod Ferguson, you know. I finally figured out how to change the color of my Xbox controller. Now it really is Diablo themed, right? And then you have tweets like this, hey, at Bacon Faded, why didn't you tell me the tease is moved? And then you go to Bacon Faded's, and she's the global marketing for Diablo. Views are my own. But they're not really your own, are they? They're a shill. Look at this. Let's have a look at views on my own. I love the post like this. Views on my own, as if there's going to be some truly unique takes. Let's have a look. Diablo 4 is a banger, 5 out of 5. Diablo retweet, Diablo retweet, Diablo retweet, Diablo retweet, Diablo retweet, Blizzard retweet, Diablo, play all classes. I'm excited for Diablo. Look how beautiful Diablo is. Look at this from, like, it's just a shill account, and there's nothing wrong with that. But apparently that offends people. It was like when I used to say that the Gears accounts were just shill accounts. Yeah, they are. They have no personality. They have no opinion. All games developers now, rightly or wrongly, separate themselves from the game, and they just become bland and boring. Right? So boring.